All right, for all of you who actually know where I am right now, you're a legend. Ew, what's going on, everyone? Hayden here, coming back at you with a brand new video. And in this one, we are coming back. Wow, this is amazing. First video back in a while. This is the original setup. If you want to scroll way back on the channel, before I moved to LA, before I went and traveled the world, this is the house I grew up in. Never moved once in my life. This was it. This is the house for like 17 years. So kind of crazy, but we are back, and as promised, with part 3 in this super awesome series. And in this one, a lot of people, actually not a lot, I got 2 DMs back to back that I opened. That's why I'm doing this, both asking really interesting questions. A lot of people say, yo, what's the secret? Which is a terrible question, by the way. But what do I have to do? What do I have to do to succeed? But not many people flip that. And so someone asked me, yo, what should I avoid? And the next person was like, what was your biggest thing that you failed with? And so I responded with Facebook ads and, went through my whole thing and, helped them out. But 2 back-to-back questions on what people fail with, kind of like, reverse engineering it, like reverse engineering, if I can even talk. Anyways, that's something I want to talk about in this video. So I wrote down a quick list on my opinions on like what I call these fail points. These are like the most basic things that people fail with. And I want to outline that you're going to fail with everything. Any single thing that has to do with dropshipping. You're probably going to pick a bad name for your first store. You're probably going to use the wrong theme. Your pictures probably won't be the best. Your product might not work. You will literally fail with everything, but expect that. And it's not a bad thing. I literally failed with everything. I still fail with certain things. That's a part of it, right? You're learning, you're going through, you're trying something new. There's no harm in that. So just because it's your first time playing football and you throw it and it's not the perfect throw, like the best quarterback in the world, that's fine, right? You're not gonna be the fastest person when you're 3 years old. You have to work into it. So it's kind of the same thing with e-com. I'm gonna give you an outline on a couple of things that people fail with the most, just that I see over and over again that can at least be avoided. So this will definitely help you guys out in quarter 4, which is the whole theme of this series. I wanna help you guys get traction in these last 90 days or so, we're a little bit less now left in 2018, so that you can not only crush it and end the year on a good note, a positive note, a profitable note, and hopefully hit your goals and align with that, assuming you had them, but carry that momentum into 2019. That's the key. That's definitely what I want to focus on. The Wi-Fi is complete trash, and it keeps saying trying to connect on here down in my room. So I guess they removed the little Wi-Fi booster that I had down here. But anyways, we're going to go through this list and hopefully it helps you guys out. By the way, if you have any other things you want to see discussed in this series or just in other videos, feel free to drop it in the comments below. With that being said, let's jump inside of my computer. All right, so as you can see inside of here, we just got a very simple, basic looking list, right? That always keeps it simple. No need to get in depth, okay? So the product is gonna be the first thing. So a lot of people, I'm not gonna talk about the store. The store is gonna come with the experience. And to be honest, this is why I structured it like this. The product is actually more important than the store itself. So we actually did this as an experiment. I don't know if any of you guys remember. I mentioned it a few months back, like I think we were in Prague when we were doing this experiment 3 or 4 months ago. We made on purpose a bad looking store. It, had a half-assed description, like left a few of AliExpress's things in there, but had a great product that we knew was working on some of our other successful stores. Yes, we knew how to run the ads for them, and we ran the ads as effectively as we could, but the store made a profit with a terrible store, like the site itself. And so it just goes to show 100%. Make sure you have a good site if you can. And it's going to take time to learn those skills and really build into it. However, that doesn't mean you can't make money if you don't have a good store. So that's why we're going to focus on the product. The product is the first thing that you're probably going to mess up on. You are probably going to end up having to go through multiple products before you find something that actually gets traction. Now, here's the thing. When you're first getting started with e-commerce, and this could, I guess, apply to other things. Let's just stick to dropshipping in here, or it doesn't even have to be dropshipping. Selling products on Shopify, physical products, whether you're touching them or not is kind of irrelevant. So if you're selling a product and it's your first time ever like getting into this, right? It's your first time like opening a store, picking a product, writing ad copy, running a Facebook ad, and it doesn't work. Is it really your product that didn't work? Could it be your marketing? Could it be the ad copy? Could it be a whole bunch of these numerous things? Could it be all of them? So like you got to ask yourself those questions. I believe that it's not always just the product. Your product might be all right. Maybe you could have made more sales. You definitely would have made more sales than you did if you knew how to do the marketing. So that's why you just have to get in and start testing, because this is the analogy I always use. It's like playing soccer. You can watch all the videos you want. It doesn't matter. You can train. You can go watch people play. If you never actually step on the grass and kick around a soccer ball, there's no way you can become good. It's as simple as that. So start running these ads. So the product is definitely the first thing that most people tend to just slip up on, but understand that it relates to the marketing so much, which we're going to talk about in a second. Now, copy, this is something you can learn fairly simply. Okay, I've made some YouTube videos on it. I'm sure other people have as well. Do I have any books left in this place? I don't think so. But there's plenty of books on. I actually made a recommendation. I made a video literally like less than a week ago, I think, in California. It was reviewing other people's ad copy. Go check that out. And there's some book recommendations that I can post or whatever if you guys want them. But, simple things like how to write copy that sells, okay? And there's one that's cash flow generating copy, something like that. I'll leave them in the comments down below or something if you guys are curious. But there's plenty of books you can learn on how to write and sell through words, because that's all psychology. So that's something you can pick up on fairly quickly. Now, applying that into e-commerce can be a little bit different, but look at what's already working, okay? Go through some of the videos, maybe on this channel. If you watch any other people who are good and credible, go ahead and check that out. But the ad copy itself relates to the marketing. The most important thing in the marketing, besides what we're going to talk about with the detailed end of Facebook ads, is that ad that they're seeing. As long as I have a really good ad, then I know it's going to do well. It's as simple as that. The ad is so important because that's the first thing they see. So they have to be interested. And if the ad's not interesting, they're not going to read the ad copy, which means they're not going to go to your site, which means it doesn't matter, blah, 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 how good your site looks, how good the marketing is, because you lost them. You lost their interest. So making sure that those are kind of the three trifecta right there. The marketing, no matter what you do. So with your ads, at least this is what I've done. You might do something else. Maybe you're trying to do Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, anything like that, email, which is what we do on the back end. But Facebook and Instagram influencers seem to be the primary two platforms. Now, to get a little bit more specific for you with Facebook, let's just touch on Instagram because we're going to focus on Facebook. But Instagram, you got to learn how to pick the right page, okay? You're only going to actually figure that out by running the shout out. It's the only 100% way to be sure if it's going to work. It's as simple as that. And as you start doing more and more research, contacting more pages, negotiating, you're going to get a sense of not only the market value of these pages and the shout outs, so you're not going to get, kind of completely rinsed on the price. You're going to have a sense of what's what and what's going to work. However, with Instagram influencers, you have to understand what products are going to work on what pages, especially, and this is why I hope you're watching this within a couple months, in Q4, in 2018 and 2019, this stuff is changing so much. Influencers has gone like this from a market share profitability standpoint to this. It's like the smallest. You see that? You can barely see it. Let me make it a little smaller. It's this big, literally. That is how large you have of the profitability standpoint. It's such a small combination on what can actually work now with influencers. And those things work extremely well. So if you decide to focus on influencers, obviously you have to go learn whatever you have to do for that and figure that out for yourself, and figure out, where you want to learn that from. But understanding influencers, it's a much more narrow focus, to say the least. There's really only two types of pages that really work. So those are things I've made a couple of videos kind of breaking down the basic mechanics behind that. But Instagram influencers, definitely a viable option, but that's where a lot of people go wrong. I see a lot of people trying to pay the least amount of money for an influencer. You get what you pay for, okay? So with Facebook, let's focus on this. Again, I want to stress that the product is going to be one of the most important things, and your ad, the ad copy itself. That's going to be the huge things. Now, if you're trying to directly run Facebook ads, this is stuff that this is very basic. You should know how to do this. However, if you're just getting started, I understand why you're failing, because you're just getting started. You haven't A, learned it, B, had the experience where you failed. So if you guys aren't already in the program where we go through and we literally just focus on Facebook ads, there's your problem. If you haven't watched some of the other videos to kind of introduce yourself into this, there's the problem. You can go ahead and do both those things. So with Facebook, there's kind of the basic pieces inside of there. So you're targeting. Who are you targeting? What's the interest? You're targeting people who love MacBooks and electronics, and then you're selling them an external keyboard or some sort of mouse, or, gamers, you're giving them a gaming headset, whatever it is. You're targeting, understanding you can't just pick people who like cars and then try to sell them a set of rims for a Nissan 350Z. That's a little bit broad. You got to understand, you got to learn that though. You got to get bit in the butt a couple times and fail to really learn what's going to work. And you have to be logical with it. So obviously there's strategies we use behind that. Your conversion event, what are you optimizing for? If you guys have done anything with Facebook ads, you're optimizing for purchase, or you're not even optimizing for a conversion event. Are you doing something, like PPE, a video view, like lead generation? What are you doing? There's a lot of different options out there, right? There's 11. So now the interest itself, that's the actual individual interest. So what do I mean by the targeting versus the interest? Because there's a slight separation. The targeting does relate as a kind of a bigger cap, if you will. So the targeting involves this as well. This is what I call direct targeting. The age, the country, and the language. So you can filter people out by that much. You can exclude certain countries. You can exclude certain states. So you can narrow it down as much as you want, exclude people, include. So that's as focused as you can get. But having the right combination of that, plus plugging it in with all this, it takes experience, okay? So these are a couple of points that I want you to focus on. And if I had to give you a piece of advice right now, and like the most practical thing, that's what I want to do in here. Practical. Do I even have a pen and paper? They took all my shit. Anyways, no white. Oh, we do have a whiteboard. Oh, it's bolted down to the desk. I don't know if you guys can see that right here. I put a screw right through the middle. You know what? Give me a second. All right, we got it. Just to be as practical as possible, I hope this still works. Let me write down a couple of quick bullet points that you should also write down to really focus in on what's going to be the most important thing, okay? So we're going to go number one. You guys can write this down. I'm going to show you the list. Product is going to be the first thing on this list, okay? Product. All right, you guys are going to see this in a second, okay? And then we're going to have everything with, I'm just going to put the word written, okay? And the reason, I'll explain that in a second, it's a little bit bigger than you would expect. And then your ads, okay? Ads/marketing. Now stick with me. I want to explain my thought process behind this right here. If you guys can see this, let me hold it up. Boom. Products, you can see that. Written, everything written, okay? The reason I said written, I hope you guys can still see me, is because that's not just the ad copy, okay? It's also going to be simple things like the product name. You're not going to leave it as the regular name from the product on AliExpress, are you now? I hope not, okay? So everything that's written, the product description, that's very important. So focus on these three things. If you had to write them down, this is what I would focus on. And then the marketing. Once you have these two things sorted, they mean nothing if you don't know how to do this. So this is why, this is what you do on a day-to-day basis. I actually made a video about a week ago, just a couple of days ago, talking about what you do on a day-to-day basis if you're dropshipping. And there's two sides, the beginner stage, and then once it's already running and making money, what does a day-to-day, kind of a day in the life look like? So the marketing is what you're going to be doing once it's working. So that's why this is like 80% of the focus. I always say that. So write these three things down. Those are super, super important on everything you're going to have to focus on if you want to get things going in Q4. That's huge. That's it. There's a lot that goes into it. If you guys have other questions, things you want me to break down, let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to be banging out a few other videos while I'm here. Let me insert this Snapchat as well after I conclude this video. I actually came out here to Minnesota, surprised my entire family. Everyone. I got banger, like back to back Snapchats of it. I didn't want to film it and do anything crazy because, kind of a personal thing, but it was really funny to see the reaction. I got this one of my mom, which was super funny because she literally just texted me, "How's your day going?" I'm like, "Oh, we're good." I sent her an old photo of me when I was furniture shopping. I said, "Yeah, we're just getting a dining room table right now." She assumed I was still in LA, and 45 minutes later, I walk into the kitchen. So super funny, literally surprised everybody. Nobody knew, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents. So kind of cool. But if you guys enjoy this video, I'll put those snaps at the end of this. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like. And as always, I'd very much appreciate it if you help me hit this goal by the end of this month of breaking 100,000 subscribers, which, by the way, if you have any ideas on what I should do for 100K, I don't want to do something lame, like a giveaway. Hey, take my MacBook, or let me buy you an iPhone. That's so whatever. It's just materialistic, boring stuff. Let's do something dope. I'm thinking, since my last name is Bowles, I'm just going to go rent out a massive bowling alley and just say, yo, anyone and everyone who wants to come through, free bowling, free food, whatever, chop it up, bring a ton of people. I don't know. It's just an idea. Let's hear yours. Drop it in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys want to see, because that'll be coming up shortly. I appreciate it. I'll be seeing you tomorrow in the next video. Peace. This one was looking kind of crazy.